MrBeast has already responded to all of the criticism in that one tweet that I showed you a couple of videos ago, stating that Chris isn't his nightmare like Sunny V2 in his video stated. Chris isn't his nightmare, Chris is just his friend. All this transphobia is starting to piss him off. All those other things that he said. If you want, you can go check out this article here from BuzzFeed. Says MrBeast reacted to a transphobic viral video about collaborator Chris Tyson. All this transphobia is starting to piss me off. And he responded to that entire situation by stating that, but now it seems like he's going to start responding directly to creators and that he might actually be getting really pissed off. This stuff might actually be really getting under his skin, because I know he's very proud of the brand that he's built, and I definitely know that he doesn't want to see it go under, and it looks like it's pointing in that direction. I'll show you proof of that in 1 second. Here is Steven Crowder's video, his live stream. It says MrBeast shoves trans agenda on children. Louder with Crowder. This person, his name or their name, I think it's a trans person if I'm being real with you, name is Jalen. All MrBeast did was say that Chris is my friend, transphobia is making me mad. That's it. And if you go to this person's account, like I said, it's a trans person most likely, and I'm saying trans person only because I don't know if they started off as a woman or a man. I would just refer to them as whatever they started off as, but I can't really tell if I'm being honest with you. Insane shit poster, trans rights activist, leftist. You know the story. You know the story, man. It's the same thing every single time you click on one of these people's profile. But the crazy part about this is it's not just about this person's tweet. It's about the tweets liked by MrBeast. MrBeast actually liked this tweet right here from this obviously mentally ill, extremely mentally ill person. He liked this tweet. So not only is he platforming Chris, but he's also supporting people such as this. And he doesn't like many tweets, man. If you go look at MrBeast's like tweets, he doesn't like many tweets. His previous like tweet was April 15th, so 3 days prior, and it's because Elon Musk followed him. So pretty big deal. Before that, April 1st. 2 weeks in between the two likes, man. April 31st or March 31st before that. He doesn't like many tweets. So hopefully he doesn't start supporting these types of people. Hopefully he realized maybe he just didn't realize what kind of person this was. I don't think that's the case, man. I think he's probably going off the deep end. He probably has no choice but to just go hardcore on his defense of Chris Tyson. And he's probably, I said before, I think the only way that Chris will get out of his videos is if they make it seem like it was Chris's choice. It was Chris's decision to leave the MrBeast videos. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. It looks like he's responding directly, somewhat indirectly, to Steven Crowder, saying that he's wrong by liking a tweet saying that all MrBeast said was Chris is my friend, transphobia is making me mad. That's not really what he said. Here is a tweet that I tweeted out. I quote tweeted that tweet from that Jalen person, and I said MrBeast liked this tweet in response to Steven Crowder. All he did was say Chris is his friend and transphobia is making him mad. No, all he did was platform someone who destroyed his family in order to play dress up as a woman. Blasting this to hundreds of millions of children is the issue, not him saying Chris is his friend. I think pretty much everybody expected him to say Chris is his friend, and I think that we all kind of expected him to defend him somewhat. I didn't think that he would actually go this hard and be this far in, to destroying his brand, because like I said earlier, he's very, very proud of his brand. I know he cares about his brand more than anything about any of his friends. He's been working on this for so long. So respect him for defending his friend. But at the same time, man, you got to be able to tell your friends when they're making decisions out of mental illness rather than decisions out of, clear thinking. You got to be able to call your friends out whenever they're doing really stupid things. By the way, if you could go follow me on Twitter, I would appreciate that. You can see it on the screen here. Justin Lost with 2 T's. The link will be in the description and most likely the pinned comment as well. So I would appreciate if you did go give me a follow on Twitter. I try to tweet a lot every single day and keep you updated, all that good stuff. But yeah, it is really sad to see MrBeast kind of indirectly respond to Steven Crowder when Steven Crowder is just telling the truth on the whole situation. MrBeast shoves trans agenda on children. All these people can twist it any way they want. All MrBeast did was say Chris is my friend, transphobia is making me mad. That's not what he said, man. That is all he said, I guess, if you want to spin his response tweet in that way, but that's not all he did. And that's not what Steven Crowder is referring to anyway. So I don't think Steven Crowder is only referring to MrBeast's whole, response on Twitter to the Chris Tyson situation. I think he's talking about, Steven Crowder is, MrBeast platforming this person, this Chris Tyson person. That's what Steven Crowder is mad about. That's what I'm mad about. That's what everybody else is mad about on Twitter and on social media and on YouTube here. You can see, look at the like to dislike ratio in this video. This is the first video, I believe, since Chris tweeted out that he was on HRT. And look at him, man. Look at him. I don't want to play too much of this, but just look at him. It's gross. It's not fun to look at. It's just not. And you can see these weirdos in the chat it might be kind of hard for you to see. This MJ person right here, Chris is an icon. Like, dude, he's not doing anything but looking extremely mentally ill. His hair is all greasy. I don't mean to roast him too hard, because he's obviously really, really bad off mentally. But his hair looks all greasy. He doesn't look healthy. His skin looks bad. He looks malnourished. And this kind of, a pattern with people who try to undergo transition. And it's really sad, but it's very obvious that more than 50%, I think it's a lot more than 50% of Mr. Beast audience doesn't like this kind of thing. And it's crazy, because I think a lot of his audience are little kids. So it must be their parents coming on here to dislike these videos. It must be the parents going on there to unsubscribe. And I think that he'll keep growing, because his channel just gets so many views. It's pushed so hard by YouTube, which is, I think, another big reason why he's doing that. But that's kind of, a discussion for another time. I think it's another big reason why he's willing to push this trans agenda, and even trying to push it forward more than I think that he should be, more than I think that he would have, because of how much he does care for his brand. But like I said, discussion for another time. But look at the like to dislike ratio, 186,000 likes to 278,000 dislikes. That's a lot of people disliking the video, man. Like I said, I thought it was going to be more like 50-50, but as time goes on, the dislike gets higher and higher, and the like really just stays the same. I thought it was going to be like 50-50, because like I said, a lot of these people are 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds. There's not many grown people watching Mr. Beast. So I don't think most 9-year-olds really have a strong stance on if trans people should be in Mr. Beast videos or not. They're probably just like, ooh, look, cool box they're opening. I wonder what's going to come out of that box. Like, most people aren't caring what Chris is dressed like. Most people aren't caring. Most 9-year-olds aren't caring that he's on HRT. Most 9-year-olds have no idea what the hell HRT is. But it is really sad to see Mr. Beast respond to Steven Crowder in this way and kind of stand against him instead of being empathetic towards him and understanding his and our position, because it is kind of hard for me to understand how Mr. Beast could defend Chris Tyson whenever he's saying things like this on Twitter. And obviously this tweet has since been deleted, as this original tweet says as well. But here is Chris back on 27th of March of 2023. And I showed this in my last video as well, but it's just another piece to the puzzle where I don't understand how Mr. Beast can defend this guy. Not only is it really bad for children to be seeing someone who's undergoing a transition like that, and hundreds of millions of 9 and 10-year-olds seeing, it's just gross. Yeah, that shouldn't be happening. But also, how are you defending someone who tweets stuff like this? I did also hate seeing the hate for me to turn into just general transphobia. So I'm making it known. Make fun of me all you want, but mess with the trans homies, and well, gun emoji. And if you don't know, if you didn't watch my previous video on this situation, the 27th of March is actually when the whole Nashville school shooting went down. And obviously the person that carried out that school shooting was trans and was targeting Christian schools because they're anti-trans and all that other stuff. So just a really bad look. I think this tweet was at 3:18 a.m. So it was before the whole shooting went down. Not saying he was tweeting in support of the shooting, just saying it's a really bad look for that tweet to have been up for that long. Let me know what you guys think though about Mr. Beast responding to that Steven Crowder video. He's liking a tweet responding to the Steven Crowder video. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think that Mr. Beast is really going to stick to his guns here? It's looking like he is, man. It's really sad. But it's looking like he's willing to ruin his whole brand just to defend this Chris weirdo. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about the entire situation.